First, I'm going to show you how to tie a berry knot. So I'm going to take a cord and tie it in half, and I'm going to attach it to my rod using a lark's head knot. I'm going to need 2 lark's head knots, and then I'm going to leave about a 1 centimeter gap and tie my first square knot. If you're new to macrame and you would like to see a slow version of how to tie a square knot, please see the link in the description to my basic macrame knots tutorial. Right, so I'm going to tie 3 square knots, and then I'm going to take the 2 cords in the middle and put them through this gap here. And that's going to form my berry. And then using the 2 cords that are on the outside, I'm going to tie a square knot to secure it in. So just lift up my berry knot and tug on those cords and then complete my square knot. And if I wanted to do a second row where the berries are in the middle, I'm going to take the 4 inner cords and leave 2 on the left and 2 on the right, and I'm going to do exactly the same. So just leave about 1 centimeter. I'm going to tie 3 square knots. And as I did before, take my 2 middle cords and put them through that loop. And then using my outer cords, I'm going to tie another square knot. And that's that. And next I'm going to show you how to tie a rose knot. So I'm going to start off by tying 3 square knots again to create a berry knot, but this time I'm going to leave a slightly bigger gap, so about an extra 1/2 centimeter, just because my knot this time is going to be a bit bigger, so I need more space. So again, tying 3 square knots, and then I'm going to do exactly as I did before, taking the middle knots, putting them through the gap to create my berry, and then using the outer cords to tie a square knot and secure it in place. And you can see I've got a bit more of a gap on top. So now I'm going to take the 2 left cords and the 2 right cords, and I'm going to twirl them around each other. And I just need to create enough twirl to go around my berry knot, so probably about 10 centimeters, 15 centimeters, and twirl it around. And then I'm going to just put it through this gap here. So I've done that. Put it around the berry and then tug on the bottom cords. So I'm just going to tug on each one. And that's your rose. Right, and now next I'm going to show you how to do a vertical double half hitch knot, and also how to add some color into it. So I'm going to take 3 lark's head knots, okay, just going to move these across, and I'm going to take a separate cord. So I've got another cord over here, and what I'm going to do is put this cord with the short end on the left and the long end on the right behind my first lark's head knot, and then I'm going to loop around the front and round the back, and then I'm going to take this longer side of the cord and put it through this loop that we've made. And just tighten that. Okay, and I'm going to do the same, going around the front, round the back, and through the top of the loop. Okay, and now I want to secure this little extra rope that we've got hanging here. So this time when I tie my next knot, I'm just going to bring this knot round this, the short cord round the back and put it behind the next two knots I'm going to tie a knot around. The next two ropes I'm going to tie a knot around. Then I take the long cord that I'm busy tying knots with, and I'm going to go around the front and behind the cords, and again in front and behind through the loop. And now I've got my short cord secured in there, so I can cut that off at any time that I want. And again, tying, going around the back, round the front, round the back again, through the loop. And round the front, round the back, through the loop. Okay. And now if I want to come back around, I'm still continuing on with the cord I've been tying knots all the time. This is a long one that I've attached. And this time I'm just going to start by going around the back, then coming over the front and through the loop. But this time the loop will be on the left hand side. And now my cord is on the other side, so I'm just going to come around the front, round the back and through the loop. Okay, I'm going to just finish this row. So I've got my short cord here still. I'm going to keep it in for one more and then I'll cut it. So it's secured in with 2 knots, which I think is more than enough to keep that from slipping out. Okay. On the next row, I'm going to show you how to attach colour. So we'll finish this row with one last knot. Okay. Now again, I'm going to change direction, so taking the long cord that I've been tying knots with, just bring it round to the other side, and as I've been doing, going around the front, round the back, through the loop. And now my cord is on the other side, so I go round the front, round the back, through the loop. Okay, and now I'm going to attach another colour. So I'm taking another cord and I'm going to leave, let's cut this short cord since we've already secured that in. Okay. So I'm going to take another colour. I'm going to leave this long cord because I'm going to use that to tie the knot here. So I'm going to attach a new cord, putting it around the back, bringing it around the front, around the back, and then I'm going to go through this loop. And just secure that in there. And again, I'm going to go around the front, around the back, through this loop. Okay, and now I'm going to put this cord, the color behind the other two cords. I'm going to take the white cord that I was previously using, so this one, and I'm going to use that to tie a knot on this side. And since I don't need my yellow cord until I get to the next row, I'm going to secure this in with the knot. Okay. And now when I'm coming around the back, I'm going to need this cord now to tie a color knot on this side. So I'm going to leave it loose. And as I come around, I'm going to tie a vertical double half hitch with the white knot, the white cord. And I'm gonna put this short yellow cord behind just to secure it in. I'm gonna leave the white cord here because I'm gonna use that to tie a knot on this side. So I'm leaving that out. And then I'm gonna take the long yellow cord, which I left out previously, and I'm gonna use that to tie a vertical double half hitch knot. And once I've tied this knot, I can then cut the short yellow cord because I've secured that in and it's not going to come loose. So I'm just going to cut this short yellow cord. Okay. And now, since I don't need my yellow cord anymore, I'm going to put it behind the two cords I'm going to tie a knot around. I'm going to take this knot, this cord that we used previously. I'm going to now use that long cord to tie a knot around the three cords here. Okay, and now let's say I'm done tying any yellow colored knots. So again, I'm just going to tie another double half hitch knot to secure this yellow cord in, and then I'll snip it off on the next row if I'm not planning to use it anymore. I like to just tie 2 double half hitch knots to secure any short cords that I'm cutting, just to ensure that it's not going to come loose at any point if you're moving your macrame piece around over time. Okay. Right, and so I'm not going to cut off the long ends now, but you could cut that piece off. And there you go. And now I'm going to show you how to do a semicircle. Let's move these over so we've got more space. Okay. So you're going to attach 2 lark's head knots, and then I'm going to leave one cord open, and I'm going to start with the second cord and just tie a double half hitch knot. So again, you can go and see my beginner tutorial if you want a slower version of how to tie a double half hitch knot. Okay, and now I'm going to attach this cord using a lark's head method. So I'm going to go round the front through the loop and then going around the back through the front, and that makes your lark's head. And then I'm going to attach another cord, another lark's head. Okay, and again I'm going to leave one cord open, start with the second cord, and just tie my double half hitch knots. Okay, and again going around the back, round the front, through the back. Whoops. And then I'm going over the back, through the front. Okay. And now you might notice that there's quite a big gap in the middle. So I'm just going to show you what you can do if you're making quite a big semicircle, how you can attach cord. So again, I'm just going to put in another lark's head knot. Okay, and then leaving one, I'm going to tie my double half hitch knots as I was before. Okay, and now I'm going to take another cord, and using my leading cord I'm going to create a cow hitch knot. So just go around the back and then bring these through. Oh no, that is not, that's a lark's head. So instead of going around the back, sorry, put the cord around the back of the leading cord and bring the two through there, and that is your cow hitch knot. So that looks similar to the other ones. And then we're just going to carry on tying double half hitch knots. Okay, and then I'm just going to add the cord to the rod using a lark's head. And there is your semicircle.